Hey, let's just start this thing off right, okay? You're welcome.
Oh, this is how we're starting episode 3.
You're honored by my greatness being in the presence of yourselves.
Oh,
Little people.
Little narcissism coming out.
See this chain?
Little narcissism coming out. Just
Look,
We didn't even get the damn
this chain
intro
says
in.
CD.
no intro,
Certificate of
no
deposit.
nothing. This is how we're starting our first interview. This is how we're starting.
I thought I would get. Since you wanted to do artists, I thought I'd get you used to what artists are really like.
I want future people that are going to be on this show to take notes. This is not how you do this
This is
shit.
the way you should do it right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Broadway Ricky,
Downtown Tony.
Downtown Tony,
Broadway Ricky.
Don't know who the fuck we're talking to.
AKA. You got any more AKs?
No, man, I don't. You have more than 2, then you become Franklin Embry.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Damn.
Frank the Tank.
Frank the Tank.
Backwood Axl Rhodes.
Backwood. Back road, Axl Rose.
That's him.
Not the backwood.
Trilly Nelson.
Trilly Nelson.
That
Motherfucker
was
look like
actually
a
mine because I'm Trilly Nelson.
motherfucker look like a thugged out chucker.
Listen, let me tell you the story about Downtown Tony.
Dude, he looks like the type of person that would be at the truck stop trying to pick up some lot lizards.
That's what I was about to say. He got a disco ball in his cab.
Yeah, man. That's what these are from. I brought my own throne.
He thinks he's the king of the jungle.
Can't be tamed, baby.
Lot lizard is safe, boy.
Not from his truck.
Broadway girls, beware.
I don't got a truck. I got a Cadillac. It's a Broham.
What year?
1985.
Your little light
glitching.
there is glitching out.
It's just run out of charge. It'll be all right.
Those look like some.
Oh, there. See, it's back. It was picking up a connection from Pluto. Okay, but once it got the connection, it was fine. It told my people that I'll be right back.
Producer,
out of
what
this
kind
world,
of
bro.
guests are you booking for this show?
Where'd you find this motherfucker?
I think we got a 3-in-1.
Let me get my bar stucks.
He's got 3-in-1 in this.
His pronouns are we, because he's got multiple personalities.
My pronoun is attack helicopter.
Fucked. That's what it is.
So we're
I'm clueless right now.
you're clueless where to go.
We
I
didn't
don't even know why
what
I'm here, man. This is crazy.
You don't know why you're here?
No, man. I was looking for a different show and came upon yours.
It's a typo in the address.
Yeah, there was a typo. Somehow I got added to a group chat.
Yeah.
Like, who this? Wrong number.
Who this?
Yeah.
It was a Facebook group
Let me tell you a
chat.
little about. Look, so
Chris, you got your diamond tester.
real. Look, they don't even tell time.
Did you steal that from your wife?
Dude, the mailman definitely brought him some T-Move.
Hey, it don't even tell time because time stops and it's broken. So the tags on my Balenciaga.
That's so you can take it back, right?
That's right. Exactly right. Yep.
He's taking
The
back
one show that a
shit's on
camera
T-Move.
should have been on me because I'm just.
Are you flabbergasted right now?
Don't use such big words you don't understand, young
My
blood.
face.
So Downtown Tony, what are you known for?
Being downtown. What else?
Broadway Ricky.
Being on Broadway.
Pretty Ricky.
No, Broadway Ricky. I'm not pretty. I'm gorgeous.
Oh, man.
Yes, motherfucker.
Oh. I thought we were booking the dad rapper,
Yeah.
but
I
We
thought
better call and check on him.
yeah,
shit.
might need to.
He might be in
I
this
think
guy's.
I think the dad rapper is having a midlife crisis right now.
Man, come on.
You might
man.
want to check this guy's trunk.
And I'm like Drake. I only date girls that are 25.
Hey, speaking of Drake just dropped a new album. How'd you feel about Drake's new
It
album?
was okay, if you were into love songs.
I wouldn't call those love songs. Those are what I would call simp songs.
Simp songs.
Simp songs.
Simp?
You know, like Pimp C. Pimp C made pimp songs. You know,
Yeah.
Drake makes simp songs.
I don't really appreciate you dissing on the God like that.
Well, I'm trying to be the new age Joe Budden.
Joe Button.
I'm trying to be the new age Joe Budden, and you know, here's the thing, you know, Drake, like, you know, every song is, bitch, why you do me so wrong?
Sad shit.
I mean, it's I gave you everything,
You're supposed to be a gangster.
and you did me wrong. So now I'm gonna cry on a song. Damn, I just rhymed. You think I could be a rapper or some shit?
Hey, Miss Producer, do we have any topics?
Well, about that. We do.
I'm over the whole act. All right, let's do something different.
You're done now. You're done.
Oh, we're getting serious now?
He's turning off the lights.
Walking out.
Oh, damn. We might have got dad rapper now.
I'm gonna go ahead and stop. I was having fun for a minute, but I ran out of things to do. I didn't realize that I was gonna run out of content so quickly. So I'm gonna go ahead and just turn this off.
Is this?
Let me hide my tags. That'd be awkward.
So, serious question: is this a new character you're testing out for the Tiki Talk?
I think so. Maybe, I thought about doing some more characters. Something different because there's only so much you can do as a dad.
Facts.
I've wanted to do Broadway Ricky for a long time. I always have. Just Broadway Ricky came to me because, obviously Freeway Ricky. And then Rick Ross named himself off that. And then there was White Boy Rick. And so I thought, Broadway Ricky. It just kind of happened. Downtown Tony, I actually stole a little bit of that because Riff Raff had Daletown something Tony. But I can't take full credit for that.
Yeah, I'm getting some Riff Raff vibes, some Big Keen vibes.
Big Keen.
Oh, no.
Getting some Big Keen vibes off.
I'm going to tuck my chain so I can leave here with it. Hold on a second. Chris over eyeing my chain.
I just wondered, I couldn't find that shit on Temu. I got this one on
Send him the
Temu. I
link.
couldn't find that shit, though.
We bought.
Dude, Temu needs to start sponsoring us or something because they getting a whole lot of pub.
Look, man,
bought
I'm just telling you right now. Whole Temu right here, baby.
We bought a chain like that for Dylan in the Opera Mills Mall, and it was come find out it was a dog chain as a choker.
Yeah. This one's not. I made sure that the second one I bought was a little bigger.
Button this up a little bit.
Got one at home. I want to put on the dog.
Yeah. All right.
So, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce Dedrick Royce,
How you doing?
Dedrick Jackson,
Dedrick.
retired rapper. Are you retired? Are you still
Just
retired?
tired, man?
Just tired.
So old anymore. Like it's
Hey.
past my bedtime now.
Hey man, there's no age on being a rapper. Hip hop turned 50 this year,
Yeah.
right?
See, I don't understand that because I'm not 50, and hip hop was born the same year that I was born.
No, it wasn't. It was born in 1973.
Prove it.
Fact check.
Fact checks, 1973. Cool Herc.
Cool
Yeah.
Herc was the very first. I always thought it was 78 because that's when Sugar Hill Gang was released.
No, that was the first hip hop song, but the first like hip hop block parties where the DJs
Oh, okay. That's
in
different.
the Bronx.
That's different.
It started like doing the breaks and stuff like that. That was 1973. Cool Herc.
Hey, got me.
Hey man, I know a hip hop fact that you don't. Fun fact.
Ooh.
Fun fact. Back in middle school, when I first met this guy, he had all the bad music that we weren't allowed to listen to. Like you went to his house. I mean, you talk NWA, X Clan, like
I did have some
Public
X-Clan.
Enemy. Man, he had Ghetto Boys, all of it. And see, that's how I met him. We actually, in the 8th grade, did the middle school talent show at Davis County Middle. We performed My Mind's Playing Tricks on Me. 1992. Right?
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, there was supposed to be 4 of us, and the other 2 dropped out and didn't do the show after all. So
Fake rappers.
So he did all Scarface's parts.
we even did the part where, like, if I die, then my child will be a bastard. Mm-hmm. But we did that part, and I bleeped out the bastard, and we had to go through an audition, and they still let us go into it. And we're talking about my hands are all bloody from punching on the concrete. like they still let it go. And like right now, if the kid did that for 8th grade, they would not let that happen. No.
Do you remember Mr. Eggdall?
Mr. Who?
Eggdall.
Yeah, I remember him.
The football coach. He got so mad at Dedrick because Dedrick was on stage grabbing his nut.
No, so hold up. My shirt was hanging down, and I had a Jordan. Do you remember the button-up baseball jerseys that were Jordan, but they were red, but it said Jordan across the front, but it was like button up like a baseball jersey, but it was. I don't know if it was. I don't think it was meant for baseball, but anyway, it hung down, and I was nervous, so I grabbed the bottom of my shirt, and he told me not to grab myself while I was on stage. But I wasn't. I was grabbing my shirt because I was nervous.
Yeah.
It was 8th grade.
Those jerseys were made for crisscross.
There you go. That's right. The crisscross jersey.
We were out there doing the crisscross thing.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah,
those are the days.
I really wish there was video of this.
There used to be, but the VHS tape broke.
Oh.
I still have the audio, though. I think I still have the audio of it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I got to find it. I'll find it, and I'll get you a copy.
But yeah, that's how me and Dedrick met. And
I killed that.
You could reenact it and then do the audio over like you guys today.
And the whole place went nuts about it because that was whenever rap music was really starting to infiltrate white America. And so like every little white girl in the whole place was like, oh my God, it's the ghetto boys.
Wow.
So
Davis County Middle School, and mind you, they're probably the whitest school in America.
Yeah, for sure.
Very.
So.
Yep.
But yeah, that's how we met. And then later on, you decided to try your hand at being a rapper.
Yeah.
And then did that for a little bit, dropped a few albums, and then gave it up to become a dad. And then, 13 years after you became a dad, you went viral on TikTok as the dad rapper. Is that about right?
That's about right. Yeah. It was by accident. I had 8 followers.
You had 8.
3 of them were me. It was me, my son, and my cat.
The rest were Frank.
The rest were Frank, you, and you. So then I had 2 more that they were all people I knew though. And I remember everybody telling me to do the battle raps, and I remember you tagging me in the battle rap with August, and I was like, it's kind of creepy, 40-year-old guy battle rapping this kid. And so we had always talked about doing the dad rap thing, and I just was like, you know what? I'm going to do this now. And so I wrote it, and every time I've ever went viral on TikTok, I always call him right before I go, I got one. It's been 4 different times now I've said, I got something here. And that was the first time I called him, and he said, what are you? He rolled. Like, you got to understand something about Frank. Frank never all my life that we've been in studio stuff, he's never said, that's awesome or that's great. It's always, it's all right. And then I went with it. But if he didn't like it, he was all over, I hate that, it's stupid. But if he liked it, it's all right. That time, though, he was rolling on the floor when I read him over the phone what I was going to do in that first video, and I knew right then it was it.
All right.
And so I put it out. It was late putting it out because I was nervous. I was like, I don't want to put this out. This is weird. I don't know. And then I went to the store, and all of a sudden I looked down and my phone was froze. I mean, frozen. I couldn't touch anything. I had to turn it off in order for the notifications to go away. And so and I've never had it like that before.
What video was that?
That was the one where I was at the door.
Arguing with the kid.
I was arguing with him, trying to get him to come out of his room.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I got a question for you. If you had it to do over, what would you have done different?
Nothing. You talking about 13 years and all?
No, I'm talking about the going viral part.
I mean, there's some people that say, I wished I were more prepared. I wished I had merch or I had this. I really don't. I don't. I've been really blessed in my life that I haven't had to lately. I shouldn't say I haven't had to because I have, but I've always been a person who was good at, I should rephrase that because it makes me sound cocky. I don't want to sound like that I'm good at making money or something like that. But I mean, I'm not in a place right now where I have to be overly sensitive about money.
Right.
I'm very fortunate. I'm very blessed, especially coming from where I came from. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like no mom, no dad in the household. Grandmother raising me. She worked 2 jobs to support us. I ate TV dinners and pizzas, like literally.
Yeah.
So, like to say that now I'm lucky to be in a good spot is not, it doesn't come lightly. But I say that to say this, I wouldn't change anything because I enjoyed the ride for what it was.
Right.
And I still enjoy the ride for what it is. I mean, I left for 6 months, came back and went viral again.
Right.
You know what I mean? I've had 10 clients that have all went viral.
Right.
And I mean, over 1 million views viral. From an insulation company to a podcast that went viral 4 times. It's not mine, not my podcast. And so, I told Jenny the other day, I said, a lot of people get excited about stuff like that, but to me, it's a Thursday.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I say that because that's the day I went viral, was on a Thursday. That time, it was freaking crazy.
It's weird. It seems like
Because that was my first time.
anytime that I've had any because I guess the only time that I ever went viral was, I went viral on Facebook that one time, and then but on TikTok was when the duet when I duetted Dax and Dax duetted me back. That one went stupid.
Yeah.
Crazy. But it seems like anytime I've ever had anything go really good on TikTok, it's always been on a Thursday.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
I actually stole that from Black Bear because he has a song where he says, all that stuff you talk about on your birthday, but to me, it's just another Thursday. But he's talking about something else completely different. I'm talking about like having views and stuff.
But as somebody that has been viral, what advice and help clients go viral? You've helped a lot of clients. Like you said, you've had clients go viral. What bit of advice would you give somebody who's looking to go viral or just looking to build, a musician trying to build a following on social media?
So first and foremost, don't reach for going viral. I think you and I have talked about this a lot, is that you reach for it, it's never going to happen.
Right.
Like when we did the first dad rap video, I don't think any of us had any idea, more than when you had. And don't let Frank fool you. I mean, 16 million views on Facebook. That was completely an accident too. I mean, you don't know what's going to happen. And truly and honestly, like the benefit from it really isn't, the good doesn't outweigh the bad. You know what I mean? Like there's a whole lot of negative attention that comes with it. There's a whole lot of opinions from people that you don't know that come with it.
My biggest thing that I've found is gaining followers that don't engage. That hurts your account so bad.
It's funny you said the best thing I ever did on TikTok, and it's proven as of recently too, is when you take breaks, TikTok takes away your followers because they want you to come back. And so I don't know if they purposely do it, but I think that there's some accounts out there that aren't real accounts.
Right.
And so just recently, I went from 106.9 to now I'm at 105.2.
Right.
And I'm okay with that because I feel like I'm trimming the fat,
Right.
Like there's not really those people. They don't.
So you think TikTok has bot accounts?
I think for sure.
I know there was a lot of bot accounts when I went viral on Facebook. I know there was a lot of bot accounts, and I still have a lot of bot accounts that still try to engage with my page on Facebook.
Well, think about it this way, and I'll ask all of you all this. I mean, how many of you all actually unfollow anyone? How often is it that you unfollow?
I've been doing it quite a bit.
Well, I mean, but on a regular basis, like, do you actually sit down with the purpose of unfollowing people or
No.
You know what I mean? Like I'll see content and I'll be like, I'll look at people sometimes like, I
can tell you exactly when I unfollow people, when they share content from creators I do not fuck with.
Okay. So, well, wait a minute. So here's on a different note. If someone goes silent for a little while, do you purposely seek them out to unfollow them?
No.
So I went silent on TikTok twice, and both times I lost thousands of followers. And I'm okay with that. Like so first thing first, I'm a big student of it more than I am actually trying to get followers. I don't care if I have 105,000 and 1 million or 1,000. It's all the same to me because I don't know any of those people. So it's like, I appreciate them, but I don't monetize that. I don't look to gain anything from it. The education that I get from the platform and how I educate my clients is more important to me than actually monetizing that platform. And so when I lose 1,000 followers in a month and I haven't posted anything in 6 months, I start to wonder, who are those 1,000 people?
Right.
Are their accounts getting closed? Were they the accounts that didn't have any content and TikTok is just cleaning house, or were they bots?
Right.
And so I guess I say that to say this is that, not all of your views mean anything. Not if you have 1 million views on a video, I mean, it really doesn't.
Right.
It doesn't do. Now, I will tell you though, on the podcast though, I have seen a direct correlation to whenever there's a large amount of views and then you go over to the podcast app and see the amount of downloads, that does have a direct correlation to each other.
Right.
That's been huge. So like when you're posting your vertical video, but you said the best advice, something you already know, that first 3 seconds is key.
Right.
You have to have what I call, Renee and I talk about it. She runs a covert narcissism page, and I always say bars. And she knows what I mean in that in the hip hop world, a bar, you're spitting bars. She has to have something that just immediately catches attention that I can, when I'm listening to her podcast as she's doing it to make sure there's not any mistakes, I'm listening for bars. I'm listening for points that I can bring that in on a minute and 30-second video and bring in the audience on that first 3 seconds.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Right. So the bars are important.
They call it a hook.
Yeah, I call it bars because it's funny.
Bars.
And you have to ask, if you ever get a chance to meet her, you have to ask her. I'll turn off after we're done. I'll hit the record button, the turn off the recording, and I'll go bars, and she knows that she's got something.
I don't think we touched on it, but for everybody that's watching or listening, please let them know your business.
Oh, okay. So
because you're talking about your business and your clients.
I help clients with their social media needs, mainly small businesses. So
he's a social media marketer.
And if you want to know what I do is anytime there's a new platform, the marketers are the people who screw it up for everyone else. That's the facts. Our job is to come in and find ways that we can get your attention before anybody else does. So, but what I was saying about her, so it's the best one that she had that kicked off her podcast. And she went from like, I think she gets 10,000 downloads a month per episode right now. And she puts out 8 episodes a month. So we're running at about 140, 150,000 downloads a month. And the one that threw over the top was, she said, you don't see it until you see it. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. And that line right there, that reel, it was the reel on Facebook that went out, the TikTok video, all of them, they all shot up, and you just saw the numbers go up crazy.
That's the same thing. And the correlation with TikTok and Apple, I don't know if you've noticed this, but I don't see it on Spotify as much, but the correlation between TikTok and Apple, like, I just had a song that is 4 years old, Baptized in Mud. It just hit, nothing crazy, but it went, got put on the For You page and went for like 250,000.
I saw that on the new account you just had.
On the new account. Yeah. I just said, my account was stuck at like 200 views, no engagement. It was weird. So I was just like, screw it. Start over.
Yeah.
So I started a whole new account and just started repurposing content and, this, that, and the other. And then posted the Baptized in Mud video, and that, it was up for a few days, and then out of nowhere, it just shot. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And, and I've seen a direct correlation from that to my Apple streams. Like it's jumped up. It's been Shazammed. It was Shazam like 150 times where, all my others was, right. I was like, I didn't even know people use Shazam.
I don't even know. You said Shazam. I thought maybe it was like a term.
I was thinking the movie with Shaq.
Where Shaq was a genie?
Well, dude,
Yeah.
Shazam's not. No, see, that didn't really exist.
No, that was Sinbad.
Sinbad.
Sinbad. Oh, Sinbad doesn't
But it
exist.
did exist.
But it did
does.
exist. That's the Mandela effect.
The Mandela.
Yeah. I want to touch on that later. But okay, so I will tell you though, and I don't know if you noticed or not, because I know one thing about you is that you're like me, is you're a starter, and you don't. I always say there's a fine line between procrastination and preparation.
Right.
Sometimes you can do one that's too much and it'll cause the other. And so with podcasts though, pay attention to, if you ever look in your feed of podcasts that are posting things, there's more people that are reading a monologue now than ever.
Right.
They're not leaving it up to chance. They're not just winging it like we're doing right now.
Right.
Like even if they just start off with a monologue of some kind to set the tone,
Right.
they'll do that. So something that maybe you guys might think about is having a monologue read. Maybe you do it, or or have Chris do it. That'd be fun.
Hell no. Chris, you don't want me writing no
But you start off with that, and that's how you have your bars.
Chris just shows up. He wants to do as little work as possible. He helped put the desk together. That was.
I saw him putting together a bookshelf a minute ago too.
Here we go with this shit.
Hey man, I appreciate you. I do.
Don't bullshit, man.
I'm serious. But that might be so. If you read, and it's funny, but like you see so many that are literally reading from a monologue, and they're looking right down at their computer screen, and the camera's on them, and nobody cares. Those videos are doing super good, and it's because they're intent with what they're saying.
Right.
Yeah,
no, I don't know if I'm definitely not the model. I didn't. Fun fact: I was Dedrick's best man. I did not write a speech. I am the epitome of
I don't even remember what
winging
your
it.
speech was. It was like, "I love you, man."
Was it him or was it
Hold
Frank
up.
the Tank?
Can I give? Okay, so I don't know how you guys feel about old drunk stories with Franklin Embry.
We're all good with Frank the Tank drunk.
There was
story.
no alcohol at our wedding because my wife's side of the family is a devout Pentecostals, and they were just not they said we was not going to be. Jenny and I had to fight to get them to allow us to have a bottle of champagne at our wedding. Okay. They poured a glass for me and they poured a glass for Jenny. We did a toast and I took a drink, and that's all I saw of that champagne.
Oh, shut up.
Listen, he drank the champagne and then came back and took our glasses and drank those too. Facts.
Son of a bitch.
Did we tell them? Oh, I told it on the last time that we did a podcast at my house on the Dad and the Dude podcast, but the one about the barrel from Mexico.
Oh yeah.
So Jenny went to Mexico for one of her trips for school. She traveled abroad and did leadership studies in Mexico, China, Japan. No, it wasn't Japan. It was China. But anyway, one of them, she got this barrel of tequila, but it was straight from the guava plant. It wasn't like what you get in a bar, in a bottle from Puff Daddy. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about like straight from the guava plant, and it was so pure that you didn't taste it. It didn't burn going down. You didn't taste it. But you take one shot and you're just like you're gone. And just not even from, you know what I mean? Just because it's so pure. So we got this barrel and Jenny and I had it setting on a bookshelf, a lot like one of these in our kitchen. Okay. It sat there for 2 years. So it was ripe. And every once in a while, Jenny and I would jokingly have a friend over, like, take a drink of this, thinking, but so it was full. Very little had been taken.
Right.
She carried it. It was about this big around, and she carried it on her back through Mexico to bring it home. Okay. Fast forward, we have a poker party at my house, and we invite your man here. And at the time,
Your man.
At the time, though, he had been. It was one of the times that he had kind of said, I'm gonna slow down on drinking. I need your help. I'm only gonna drink beer. Don't have any hard liquor in the house. And we're like, yeah, for sure. So we told everybody there, hey, we're only gonna have beers. And, we're not going to drink any hard liquor. Everybody's going to be fine. Because if he had beer, it was fine. He was cool as a cucumber. But if he had anything that was brown, like Jack or anything like that. I mean, not Jack, excuse me. Beam. I'm from Tennessee now. In Tennessee, we have Jack.
We do not drink that Tennessee shit.
Anyway, so like Beam, if it was brown, then he would be fighting. Okay. So we're all up there playing poker and he keeps going downstairs. And we're like, what's he doing? And I'm like, well, there's not much he could do. We have all the beer up here in this little mini fridge. There's nothing down there but water and some juice in the fridge. You're like, there's not much he could be doing, you know? And he just kept coming back and forth. And the next thing you know, it's almost like somebody snapped their fingers. Suddenly we're in the driveway and he's trying to fight me. Literally the guy backs up and he's got his hands up looking like Muhammad Ali, trips and falls and right on his butt in the middle of the driveway.
I had a drunky moment.
And he bounced. That's how hard he hit. So we put him in the car. Me and Mike put him in the back of the truck because I wasn't going to let him sit up front with us. I've told the story a couple of times, so stop me if you've heard this. But anyway, so
I'm just going to let you go.
So we're driving down the road and we get pulled over.
My wife's looking at it like, I don't know my husband right now.
Listen, just trust me.
No, I'm not surprised.
Hey, so we get pulled over and all of a sudden, like cop comes up, all of a sudden he's all straight. He's like, yes, sir, Mr. Officer. And I'm like, I'm in the cab of the truck. What is going on here? Like he was just screaming obscenities at me, talking about he was going to kill me a minute ago. And now he's all happy and polite because the cop's there. And I'm just going home, sir. I had a lot to drink, sir. I promise we're good. Cop leaves, follows us, and he's still good. And the minute that cop turns off, all of a sudden he pokes his head in the back window and I'm going to hurt you. He starts screaming at me again. I'm like, what is going on? So we drop him off at the studio in second. And he takes off his shirt, and when he has it over his head, like where he can't see, I said, Mike, call the police. And he tries to take his shirt back on, and he almost falls down again, and he runs into the studio and closes the door. And that studio had this door that went boom whenever it closed. So I heard boom, like, all right, good, we're out of here. Let's go. So we get in the truck, we're driving. He calls. I didn't answer it, but he left a voicemail, and this voicemail is infamous. I still have the recording. Because my kids still to this day have no idea what the story is about. But we have a saying in our house that anytime we're all mad at each other, one of us will go, I'm home right now. And they have no idea where it came from, but our whole family will stop being mad at each other and be happy because that I'm home right now. It's because he called and he said on the voicemail, he starts screaming, MF this, MF that. Matter of fact, I'm going home. He goes, I'm going home right now. He goes, matter of fact, I'm home right now on the voicemail. And then F you. It was like, and then he hung up. The next, I think it was like 2 days later, I hadn't talked to him. I really wasn't even mad. I mean, it was a Thursday. You know what I mean? Like
Thursday.
But a couple days later, he come by the house. I think maybe I saw you out or something. Like nothing ever happened. Nothing. Like he didn't even remember it. And we never even talked about it until after he sobered up recently.
So did you forget about the tequila being downstairs?
Oh, so that's the rest of the story. So we're walking around the house over the next couple of days going, what happened? Like that, this is wild. What happened? And I think I was dusting something or I was cleaning something and I knocked the barrel off and it was empty. And I was like, that's what happened.
No.
And he didn't taste it. So either he got underneath it and turned the little nozzle up or he put it in his beer bottle or something.
Did you know what was in it or you knew what it was?
I guess. I don't remember. Like, I don't remember drinking it. I mean, they tell me I drank it, but I don't remember drinking it. So.
But did they tell you what was in it before?
No, I don't think so. Maybe he might have heard Jenny talking about that she got it from there.
No, I think maybe they gave me a shot.
He gave you a shot a while back or something, and then you remembered it. But that night we weren't drinking it. It was just maybe he had gotten it before.
I don't know.
It may have been one of the things.
Sorry, they can't talk to that guy now, so you're good now. You're in the clear.
Yeah.
I mean, any issue that you have with Frank the Tank, you have to take up with Frank the Tank. You cannot talk to me about it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But anyway, so the I'm home right now is a staple in our household that anytime somebody's mad or hungry or hangry or whatever, one of the kids, it's usually Dylan, because Dylan's the clever, quirky one. Anyway, he'll go, matter of fact, I'm home right now.
Dylan's
everybody in the place will start busting out laughing and they have no idea what. Now, Jenny knows, but nobody else knows. So, yeah.
Wow.
I don't know what got us on that topic of telling that story.
We were telling drunk stories. We started with because I was talking about how I just winged your best man.
Oh yeah. He wanged the best man's speech.
Drunk stories with Frank the Tank.
Drunk stories with Frank the Tank. That
There's
back
drunk
then he
stories
wasn't.
with Frank
He
the
wasn't
Tank,
Frank
and
the
then
Tank
there's
back then. No,
conspiracies with Drunky.
He was Pimp Daddy back then. He wasn't Frank the
That was
Tank.
not Pimp Daddy.
Not according to the side of the Planet Fitness.
Hey,
What?
huh?
Planet Fitness.
Well, it was before it was Planet Fitness.
It's
The hardware store?
yeah, Ace Hardware.
It was a hardware store.
We're way past whatchamacallit.
There
right?
is no. Well, you might want to watch yourself because in Kentucky there's no statute of limitations.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Stop
don't.
it.
Yeah, don't say anything about anything.
Delete.
I was talking about something with a buddy of mine on the phone one time, and he stopped me. He goes, "Hold up, Kentucky has no statute of limitations." So I don't know if that's true or not.
That
but
building's
I'll
not
risk
even
it.
there anymore. It
Yeah,
doesn't
building's
matter.
gone.
No, the building's still there.
No,
Oh,
it's
it is.
not.
No, it's not. They tore it down, made it Ace, or made it Planet Fitness.
Oh, they had to rebuild Planet Fitness for that place.
No. That is.
The same building.
Yeah, that is the same. So
No, it was the building that used to be next to it. It's gone.
Yeah, whatever. It's all good. We just won't bring it up. But no, this was way after Pimp Daddy. Pimp Daddy was senior year of high school.
Now it's just some Batman signal on the side of your leg.
Yeah. Well, I need to get that shit covered up too. Hey, man. Hey, look. Here's the thing. I love UGK. I love Pimp C. You know. Pimp, when you're young, thought I was a pimp. I still love pimp music. What are you talking about?
I got to be honest with you. I mean, I'll love my son if he comes home with Pimp Daddy on the side of his face. I just will.
At least I did it on the side of my leg, not the side of my face.
Yeah, back then it wasn't cool. If you were alive today, though, you'd have face. If you were young today, you'd have face tattoos for sure. Facts. If Frank were 18 today, 17 today, he would have face tattoos.
I could see it.
Yeah, facts. I mean, it worked for Jelly Roll.
Hey, Banyan always said, man, if you're gonna be a rapper,
You got to be committed.
got to be committed. Shout out to my boy DJ Cannon Banyan. He always said, man, Frank, when you ready, we'll go get face tattoos together.
It's when nothing more committed. You got to have no regrets on your forehead. No, we were talking before we got off topic. We were talking about what are some advice that you'd give to someone who wants to go viral. The first thing is that I would say is first 3 seconds on Instagram. You want to pick trending music, the music that has a little arrow pointing up. I've had a lot of success with picking trending music. Keep your videos at 7 to 14 seconds on Instagram. Make them longer on TikTok, and keep them under a minute on Facebook. That's what I've had the best success for. So
What about YouTube Shorts? You mess with YouTube Shorts?
I have not yet. And the only reason I haven't is just because I haven't had the opportunity to. Like now, Dylan, though, he had a video that did 480,000 on YouTube Shorts, and it was just him and his buddies shooting trick shots on a basketball court.
Now, I think, I don't know this, but I almost feel like posting YouTube Shorts has screwed me up with the algorithm, screwed up my channel with the algorithm, because videos used to get a lot more views than they are getting now. So
I've heard of a lot of people having success with YouTube Shorts in the way of if you have a long form content video, cut it up and put it on Shorts to attract people back to the long form video.
Right.
So your YouTube Short isn't what you're trying to get the traction on. You're trying to bring other people to
right
the long form.
So basically, cut this up, post to YouTube Shorts, because that's where our podcast mainly is on YouTube. So.
No, but I don't know that to be fact because I haven't had any. The only experience I have is that, like I said, that Dylan, he has his own YouTube channel,
right,
that I have never posted on or did anything with.
Do you know what about length of time? I seem to have better luck on YouTube Shorts with shorter videos than I do.
His was like 30 seconds, but he had that one video that popped and it gained him like thousands of followers, and then nothing after that. It's like and then he lost interest because once you've tasted excess, everything else is bland. So I mean, he's 11, so everything just he's like, it's not doing 400,000 views. I don't want to do it no more. So he quit.
But what Gary Vee says is like, they'll never do it if you don't stick with it. If you give up on it, Well, I know I've always had a hard time with that because like vlogs and stuff, like I do vlogs and they only get like 200 views. And I'm like, well, why am I spending all this time recording a vlog if it's only going to get 200 views?
I'll tell you why. Think about it this way. So give you an example of what 200 is. If you're a business owner in Owensboro, Kentucky,
right?
How many people come to the Chamber of Commerce Brewster breakfast on Thursday mornings? I think it's once a month.
I have no idea.
I mean, a couple hundred people. But there's some businesses that pay a ton of money. I mean, I don't know if it's a ton of money anymore. I got to give the disclosure. I haven't been involved with the chamber here since I lived here. But then, I mean, a couple $100 to get in front of those people. Right. I mean, I know it's $30 just to get in the door. You know what I mean? And so you're getting 200 people that are seeing something you're doing for free.
Right.
I mean, you can look at it one of two ways. You can say, man, that's only 200 because you're so used to something else.
Right.
But if you look at it in human aspect of it, there's a lot of people paying a lot of money to get in front of 200 people.
Right. It's true.
I mean, I know of tons of magazines that put out their little magazines for free everywhere. And maybe 200 people pick up those magazines and they're selling ads in there for a ton, not a ton of money, but it's costing money.
Right.
And a lot of business owners don't think of it that way. And I always say to people, is like, you're worried about this 200 viewers, but if one of those people like your business and buy from you, that free 200 views would be worth something. So if one person saw your content and was like, out of those 200, which is really good odds, that's a 0.5%.
Right.
If 0.5% of your audience saw your content and was like, I really like him, and I like that he's wearing that Cactus Ropes Texas hat, so I'm going to send him some hats so he can wear some too, and I'm going to pay him to wear them. Now that 200 doesn't seem so much, sound so bad, does it?
Right.
0.5%. That's one person. That's all it would take.
Right. No, I get that.
And so I say that to say this is that what I always tell my clients is consistency. Continue doing it, continue doing it, continue doing it, because every little bit means something. I'm more afraid of 1 million than I am than I would want it, because you don't know who those people are. 200, it's pretty easy to gauge how many of them are women, how many of them are men, what age group they are, what kind of content they enjoyed, how long did they watch, at what point did they stop watching?
Right.
So.
No, and that's good advice. It's great advice. I mean, if you think about it, if I had stopped making songs, Oh
yeah, for sure. If you'd listened to everybody that told you not to rap.
Yeah.
If you could go back and tell yourself something, would you tell them to listen to everybody or not?
Oh, I'd say don't listen. Follow your heart.
Do it. You tell them to do it twice as much.
I'd tell me to do it sooner.
Or stop drinking sooner?
I don't know, because I learned so much from drinking. So, but I would definitely tell myself to stop depending on people and do it yourself.
He's very prideful. And he'll never, ever, ever say this out loud completely, because he does take credit for it to some extent. But there are a lot of people, Amanda, that recognize the timeline of when you came into his life and when he decided to stop drinking. There's a whole lot of people that recognize that. So I want you to know that.
Well, she knows that.
No, I know. But I mean, I also know that he's very prideful. He'll give you credit, but inside he feels like it's all him. But I promise you had a lot more to do with it than anything.
No.
I'm being facetious. I'm joking. I'm not saying that that's what you really feel. I was trying to give her a compliment.
No.
See, he's taking offense to your compliment.
No.
You can't say anything now.
I'm taking offense.
You can't say anything now.
Saying that I give her full credit of my sobriety.
I didn't know. You don't. Not full credit.
Absolutely.
You don't take any credit for yourself stopping?
No.
Not any at all?
You should.
Yeah, you should some.
I mean, I did it for the people around me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If it was me, like, and
I was trying to compliment you. It may have came out wrong and made him mad, but I was actually.
See, my thing was the night of the podcast when all that shit went down. She was the first one that commented, "Turn it off."
What's that?
On the Facebook Live.
On the Facebook Live. Then he woke up the next day, and I said, "Yeah, Amanda's pissed." And then it was basically
me getting sober. It had a lot to do with me waking up and being like, what the hell am I doing with my life? I'm getting ready to be married. I'm getting ready to have stepkids. What kind of role model am I being, doing this? And then there was a lot of divine intervention. Like if my dad hadn't have fallen and broken his hip, would we have quit touring? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And if we had kept touring, what's the chances of me getting out there on the road and relapsing? Probably
a good chance.
You know what I'm saying? So dad falling and breaking his hip, was really like some divine intervention because when that happened, and the head of the family or whatever, and I had to take on that role as the head of the family, like that threw a whole bunch of responsibilities on my shoulder that I had never had before. And at that point, it was step up or, and I decided to step up. So I didn't get sober for me. I got it sober for everybody around me. Trust me, inside I would probably, I still want to drink every day. There's times when I would like rather, who wants to deal with all this responsibility? I'd rather be drunk somewhere and not have, fuck, being an adult sucks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But,
So you wouldn't tell yourself to do it sooner?
No, I don't know that I would. Maybe I would. I'd tell myself to bet on you sooner. My biggest issue, and I'll be totally honest, like I was always betting on other people. Mm-hmm. I was betting on you. I was betting on Newton. I was betting on Seagood. I was betting on Raheem. I was betting on, Twang around. I was betting
everybody around you.
Yeah,
I was betting on everybody around me. You know what I'm saying? And I was trying to push them up, and push them up through the door and follow behind them.
You didn't see yourself worthy enough to be able to just walk the damn thing yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what I would tell myself is bet on you. Fuck what everybody else is saying. If
Mm-hmm.
that if there was anything that I could do different, that's what I would have done different.
Yeah. I wasn't trying to take away from appreciation that you'd shown to her.
Right.
I was taking the moment as someone who's known you my whole life to show appreciation myself. So please don't take away from the appreciation that I'm trying to show you.
I'm not trying to, but
Okay.
but when you said that, you said it in a way like I don't.
No,
like,
I didn't say that. No, I didn't say it like that. I didn't say that you don't.
It would have come off like that to me, but I don't feel like he was saying it.
Okay.
No, I would never say anything like that.
Now, if we go back to your like I've never told anybody this, and I've never told you this. I feel kindly responsible for his drinking, like from when we teamed up, because it seemed like as long as we had each other, mm-hmm. we'd outdrink whoever, and we didn't care.
I'll take that burden away from you, because at first I felt responsible for not being a better friend and asking him to quit sooner. But we both know you can't ask him to do anything he don't want to do.
No, you can't ask nobody to quit. They got to quit on their own.
You know what I mean? So you couldn't make him drink if he didn't want to.
You can't make me drink, and you
couldn't make him
quit.
stop. Right.
Yeah. There's nobody on this planet that can make me quit. You know, it was my realization that I finally found something that I loved more than drinking.
Do you think that also you thought you were going to die?
I did think I was going to die. I mean, yeah. I've been open about that. I've said that a few times, is that, you know, if I continue like this, I'm going to kill myself. But, you know, it comes down to I found something that I loved more than drinking. Right.
Hence the direct correlation to the time that you came in his life, which was how this whole conversation started. So how that got misinterpreted, I don't know. But me making the statement that he's prideful and that the direct correlation to you coming into his life are both very true statements. So prideful that he just had an argument with me about something that we're not even arguing about.
Maury home.
Maury, I'm home right now.
I'm home right now.
Yes, I am very prideful. There is nobody on the planet that holds a grudge like me.
Facts.
Yeah.
You know how many friends I don't have because of you? I could be such cool friends with so many great
You don't
rappers.
need them. You have him.
I could be great friends.
He will tell you. Me and him quit being friends a few different times because of people he decided he wanted to be friends with.
No, I mean, I could have such great friends who are rappers right now, but I can't because he doesn't like them. We could go drive Hyundais together. I'm home right now.
Hey, I'm a tad bit petty. I'm a tad bit on the petty side.
Yeah,
a little bit.
So back to social media. Since we got real serious, I didn't finish what I was saying about that. Was that my belief in social media goes deeper than just being a dad rapper on TikTok or going viral for my clients. I have such a strong belief in social media that I have a prediction that it's not going to matter whether you're on, you know, as far as with basketball. Let's talk about even just high school basketball. My son's a basketball player. And so like right now as it sets, everyone has to go to the shoe circuit tournaments and be on a shoe circuit team in order to get noticed by a coach, because that's where all the coaches are. Right. They've limited their time on where they're going for different events because of, you know, they don't have the time to go to every high school game anymore. Now they just go to a couple of AAU tournaments where all the best players are going to be, and they set up shop. I have a belief that it'll be even less than that in the future, the more that they get wise to social media, and that kids will be posting their highlights and getting scholarships that way versus being at these EYCL events.
Yeah, but...
And no, I'll tell you why. Because right now, there's very few high school kids that are going D1 because the transfer portal's open and they can take a transfer before they can take someone who's already got good grades, already been in the dorm lifestyle. They know that they're responsible, so they'd rather take them than some high school kid. So in order for if you're gonna go anywhere with basketball, you're gonna have to do D2, D3, NAI or whatever that is. I think Brush is NAICA or something like that. Anyway. But those guys are using social media because they're trying to attract the big talent because they can't get a seat at the table at those big basketball events.
Right.
So I have this feeling that there's going to be a lot of guys that'll go, you know, black colleges, D2, D3, and then transfer to a D1 after they're 2 years in or a year in. If they don't, you know, the only guys that are going to go D1 right out of high school are the guys that have been reclassed 4 times. They're 19 years old playing as a sophomore, and they're going to, you know what I mean? Oh, that's real, by the way. And those guys, the guys who are going to go pro, you know what I mean? Those are the guys who'll go D1 right out of high school. But for a kid to actually go play college at D1, they're going to have to transfer in. So social media is going to play a big portion of that because those D2 coaches and those D3 coaches, they can't go and be at all those events. They don't have the budget for it, you know? Right. So anyway, that's how much I believe in social media, and to the extent that I feel like that it's going to play a bigger role. And here's a good example. My son's just started a Twitter account. He has 30 followers, has already been picked up by 2 AAU teams, been noticed by a ranking agency, and his high school coach knows everything he posts. 30 people follow. That's it. You know what I mean? So, sorry, I call. But with 30 people, he's got all that attention. He has 3,500 followers on Instagram, and he's got 2 videos that have been over 500,000 views. You know, got people from California that we went to a California camp recognized him when he was at camp.
Right.
Because that basketball world is so small. And,
Nice.
you know, we've never been to LA before in our lives. But we're at this camp, and people walk up and he's like, hey, aren't you Kobe? I've seen your videos.
Did you go to Compton?
No, but I met a guy from Compton. He's pretty cool. He said I was good in Compton if I wanted to come back. I told him I didn't think so. Unless it was daytime.
Do you still follow hip hop religiously as say you used to?
Yes and no. If I find an artist that I like and I really dive in, I nerd out on it.
Who are you listening to right now?
I like Prof, P-O-R-F. Oh, dude, he's insane. Like some of the stuff he gets away with saying, it's like, I'm a big lyric guy.
Yeah.
So, you know, how do you say? He goes, five housewives outside right now. Normal day on the south side. Like he just has some weird stuff that he always talks about. He says, talks about sparring soccer moms in the octagon. He's just a weird dude. They Prof.
This is my first time ever hearing about it.
Dude, just insane. You just got to check him out.
Okay.
I really, really like, see, who am I listening to right now? Hold on a second. Because the kids put stuff on my playlist too. But so Jid, I've been listening to Jid a lot lately. Killer Mike, get some money. That's all I got to say. And then, because that's like the ultimate theme song. Like somebody's getting on your nerves, like, man, just get some money. But, you know, he says the other words with it. But that Mexican OT. Yeah. Have you heard that Mexican OT?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I love that. Like, he just...
Somebody hasn't listened to the podcast.
Yeah. Somebody hasn't been listening to the podcast.
I listen when I can.
Is that Mexican OT?
You don't support the podcast.
Zach Bryan. I got some Zach Bryan on here. Russ. Tech Nine. I haven't listened to much Tech Nine. Post Malone's new album. I really love the Austin album. Yeah. Really good. And believe it or not, I really love some Upchurch. I don't like some of the newer things that he's put out, these singles recently, but the Blue Jeans album is super cool. In my opinion, I believe that the Blue Jeans album is equivalent to Eminem's Kamikaze.
Really?
Just the way that his deliverance and his cadence, I feel like that when I listen to the Blue Jeans album, it gives me the same feeling I had when I listened to Kamikaze the first time. So, I don't know.
A boner?
Huh?
A boner?
No, no. And then Connor, we got to give a shout out to Connor Price. I've been knowing him since TikTok. We follow each other on TikTok. We've been friends on TikTok since before he blew up, and I've just really been rooting my guy on.
Name dropping.
No, I got to root my guy on. You know, I really like his music, dude. He's the guy who created the whole idea. His wife did. She's like a marketing genius, but like she created the whole idea of whenever you're sitting there and the guy pops in and goes, "Hey, what are you doing?" And the guy's sitting at the producer thing, and I think Dax does those types of videos now, but he started that with the flute. The guy who made the flute out of a carrot or whatever. And then he also did the one with the globe where he would spin the globe and he would put his finger and he would find an artist in that country and do a song with them.
Right, yeah.
And that's how he blew up. But yeah, I love everything about his marketing and stuff. It's pretty cool.
No, his videos are really, really cool. The zoom in stuff. I love the zoom in effect. Like, I tried that on a couple videos, but it never really took off for me, but I still like the zoom in effect.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyways, that's what's in my playlist right now.
Right on. So best rap album of 2023 right now so far.
Oh gosh. I don't even know. I listen to stuff that came out in 2019 sometimes and it's new to me.
Right.
Music. So like, it's tough for me to say that anymore about best rap album of 2023 because the days we came from, you knew what was in 2023 because you bought the CD and you had a physical product in your hand. Now, I mean, I just discovered Jid, and that album came out in 2022.
Right.
To me, it's one of the greatest things in 2023 because that's when I discovered it.
Right.
You know, and especially with TikTok. I mean, I mean, I think T.I.'s Do It, maybe. I think it's Do It or something. Anyway, one of them's trending on Facebook right now, one of the old T.I. songs.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know, it's just cool to me to see that like things that we would have said, that's the best thing in 2018. Right. Now it's like you can discover something from 2006.
Right.
And it's the best thing to you in 2023.
It's true.
You know?
Yeah.
It's true. So, but I don't know. I guess the reason why I asked that is because
Killer Mike.
Grammy nominations.
Killer Mike. All the way. I'm like you. I'm with Killer Mike. I'm like you are with Jelly Roll. I just got to root for him.
Right.
You know, and don't get me wrong. I still root for Jelly, but I'm just saying, like, I just really dig Killer Mike's music.
I love Killer Mike's new album.
Yeah, every bit of it.
I mean, that's probably the only hip hop album I've bought this year. I mean, I've streamed plenty of hip hop albums, but you know, like when you want to support something, you'll go and purchase it.
Right.
You know, that's probably the only hip hop album I've actually purchased this year.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I really dig Killer Mike for sure. And plus not only that, but I mean like since he was doing stuff with Outkast,
right.
I really liked Killer Mike. I mean his verses always had a way of standing out, you know.
Right.
And then so you know, he was on that I Be on that Kryptonite song.
Yeah.
I think that's the first time I heard him. Maybe it wasn't, maybe it was a different song.
He was on there was a song on Stank on You or I'd have to.
I don't know, but he always had that flow where he rode the beat
whole
differently.
world.
Yeah, that one's a good song too.
With Outkast on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I've always rooted for him since even whenever he was with what's his name what's the group
LP Run the Jewels.
Run the Jewels. I've listened to every one of those albums. So I've been rooting for him for a
the
while.
song off his album with LP, the Run the Jewels song on the new album is fucking fire.
Yeah,
I like that song.
yeah. I even like that he redid it and put it back out and put the extra songs on it too with at the end there. So
I'm waiting on that new Redman.
oh yes, I heard about that.
I've been hearing some of his new shit. Good Lord. He is killing it.
So would he be killing it if you were still listening to Redman from back in the day, or is it refreshing compared to what he is?
I'm still listening to the Blackout.
Okay.
Like I'm going like here lately. I found myself like in all honesty going back and listening to Wu-Tang, Method Man, Redman, all over again. Like I don't know what it is. I just got back on my Method Man.
Yeah.
See, I find,
And the thing is, and listening to them, it's almost like they never changed. Like they sound the same.
Yeah.
Like it's like they never changed. Just better songs. Just
I don't know. I always like Meth and Red's verses or something. You know, there was only a couple songs that I was like, those are jamming. You know, but I've always been. I guess like the older I get, I find myself more drawn to like Southern music, you know, like 8-Ball and MJG, UGK, you know, that's Outkast, Scarface, you know, like we want to talk about like the old school. That's, I don't know, that's what I find myself as, you know.
I mean, I like the South music. I mean, Texas shit. That's like I like the Mexican OT. Like he came out of nowhere, and I was like, "Damn, this dude's tough."
Like, yeah, I'll tell you somebody who and I got to get his new album, but somebody I'm really rocking with now. That when he came out, I wasn't rocking with him at all.
Yeah.
Paul Wall.
Yeah, it's crazy because his newer stuff sounds better than his older stuff. It's a lot less simple.
Right.
He's got a little bit more content to him.
Right.
Yeah, I like Paul Wall too.
Mm-hmm.
He still has a tendency to be a little simple, but he didn't really have. I mean, he's got his own little flavor. He's got his own little style.
But the thing is you know, not everything you want to have to go to math class to fucking understand.
But I'm a big advocate. I'm an advocate of the lyrics. I feel like if I want something that's going to make me think.
I mean, I'm that way too, but you know, as someone that has made as much music as I've made, I know that a lot of the times that I'm in the studio and I'm writing something clever,
yeah,
you know, it's going over everybody's heads.
Yeah.
You know, even you know, because I'll play something. I was like, for him, I was like, you know what I'm talking about? Change.
Me? No.
like the song Changed.
yeah,
You know, like who am I talking to in this song? You know, like
It took me a minute.
you know, like because I said the line. I used to love you like Common, but you don't understand.
Yeah.
This metaphor I'm out the door called the moving van, you know?
yeah,
And you get that metaphor, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
But 90% of people don't get that metaphor.
Then he told me what it was, and I literally walked in my room and grabbed the common vinyl with it on there. That's mine in the video.
Yeah.
Where he's going over top of it.
Oh, okay.
I literally had that. I just bought it 2 days before.
Yeah.
And I was like, because I went to the store, I was like, hold on, that's that song. And then he's like, you know what I'm talking about? I'm like, yeah, I got the vinyl in there.
So I mean, you know, I don't know. I feel like there's a fine line. You know, writing over top of people's head is kind of doing a disservice to the listener.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not a head that it goes over top of, so I don't know how to relate. Just being honest.
So, have you been keeping up with the Tupac murder?
Yeah, so a little bit. I got caught up today with the Vlad interview, but I didn't realize there was so much to it.
Right.
With, what is his name? Keefe D?
Keefe D, yeah.
Okay, here's my question, okay? Let me cut right to the chase on this.
All right.
Vlad said, this is not me saying, Vlad said that in his interview with Keefe D, the Keefe D that Puffy told Keefe D that he had $1 million. He would spend $1 million to get rid of that problem, being Tupac and Big.
Right.
And then Tupac and Suge, excuse me, that I have $1 million if I could I'd pay $1 million to get rid of that problem, is what was quoted as saying, something of that nature.
Right.
And they're saying, well, that's just him expressing his frustrations. Then Keefe D goes and is a part of the murder of Tupac. So that takes away the whole is it Orlando Bloom?
Orlando Anderson
out of the equation, because all this time, all my life, and I remember it specifically when it happened, it was they had jumped Orlando in a casino, and then they went and found them later in retaliation for Orlando. And even Keefe D said, don't put your hands on my nephew. I don't care if you're Tupac.
Right.
But if that's the case, then how does this guy who's supposedly just a gang member in Las Vegas have access to Puffy?
Well, they say Keefe played football with Suge. So there's that's out there. And they also, apparently, Orlando Anderson and them, I guess, jumped a death row person in a mall in Los Angeles and stole his death row chain. And apparently that same guy went to Pac and said, that guy that stole my chain is right over there.
Yes, that's right.
And that's when Pac and all of them went over and jumped on him.
Where is the connection between Puffy and Keefe D before the murder? Because now it's premeditated. If they're saying, if Keefe D's telling on himself.
Right.
Like, he's not saying I'm a driver and it's retaliation. Based on what Vlad said, because I don't know, I wasn't there. But based on what Vlad said, he's not saying, touch my nephew, we see this dude, it's on site. He's saying, I planned it, I was supposed to be there.
Right.
Now it's premeditated. That's first degree.
Right.
And he's saying that Eric Vaughn, whatever his name is, was the one that gave him the gun and took the money from Puff. You know, don't get me wrong. I don't think Puffy's going to be convicted from any of this, because you're talking. It's so much hearsay, he say, she say from ex-cons and stuff
from 30 years ago.
Oh yeah, I mean,
but here's the question. All right, and this is the question that I've been asking myself: is why now?
Yeah,
like, I mean, everybody's known who killed Pac since the day it happened.
Yeah,
you know, there was never any question. The streets knew, you know, who killed Pac. So why now are they, you know, going to make an arrest 30 years later?
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Do you think it is to try and indict Puffy? Because that's what I think. I think they're really going after
I think
Diddy.
It's a stretch trying to indict Puffy off that. I think it's a stretch. I don't know whether he did it or he didn't. I don't really care. I'm not gonna lose sleep over whether Puffy killed Tupac. But at the same time, though, I mean, it's a reach.
Right.
You got one guy who's going down anyway. He's already admitted. He's already told on himself.
Yeah.
He wrote a book. Like, they're going to throw his book at him, literally.
Right. Yeah, they're going to throw his book.
Yeah, that's what Vlad was talking
Yeah,
about.
he wrote a book.
He wrote the book
Yeah.
and then thought he could go tell it again.
Well, and not only that, but every time he mentions Puff's name, let's look at it realistically. Every time he mentions Puffy's name or Diddy's name or whatever, every time he mentions that name, it's going to sell more copies of his book.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Or give him more pub to do more interviews, or what was going to give him more interviews. I don't know if he's in prison now or what, but
Yeah.
Or who's?
Oh, well, Vlad was paying him. Vlad admitted to paying.
he paid, but he said he pays everybody.
Yeah.
He says he pays a lot of his guests on the podcast.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I mean, who's to
his
say?
regulars.
Who's to say Keefy D didn't do it and now he's just wanting to put it off on somebody?
Well, I
else?
think that he's the driver. He said he was the driver, didn't he?
I don't know. He was in the car. I
Yeah.
know that. But like I said, it's just weird. Like now they're going to make an arrest after 30 years. That's kind of weird to me.
I mean, how old's Keefy D?
Oh, he's got to be. See, I think he'd be in his 50s, he's almost 60. He's had cancer and beat cancer and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so
So you,
so he gets sentenced.
so you don't think there's more to it than them being?
There probably is, but just like whether Tupac is alive or not, you'll never know. You know what I mean? We'll never know in our lifetime. We'll never know. I mean, you know, I don't think that based on what Vlad said and based on what he's talking that PPD said, I don't think there's any more to go from it.
How do you feel about them giving Vlad the credit for solving Tupac's murder?
They didn't really give him the credit though, did he? Because the guy told on himself. You know what I mean? The guy wrote a book. You know,
yeah, you're right. That was probably just clickbait.
I mean, he said that he even said himself that Tupac's family called and thanked him or something, but that even then, like the guy's not convicted.
Right.
You know, the guy's not convicted. So I think Vlad said that. He said, you know, he's in, you know, people get arrested for stuff all the time and they don't get convicted, you know?
I mean, isn't it DJ Envy? Isn't he the one that's on the Breakfast Club? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's even the one that said the same thing. He's like, after 30 years, why now?
Yeah. Well, they tried to credit it with Vlad's attention that he brought to the tape, to the whole idea, but even he said that interview was done 4 years ago.
Right.
You know, I mean, maybe the justice system moves slow. It took that long to, you know,
until it starts, you know, questions start being asked and starts catching eyes again after the interviews, multiple interviews where the dude's saying the same thing over and over, and then he's like. Detective's like, well, maybe there's something here.
Like I said, it's been said that he said way more in the book.
Yeah.
He put it in writing.
Right.
You know? So,
Facts.
But I mean, I don't know. At the end of the day, I don't think any of us will know. I think it's just going to be one of those things that's going to have us talking, you know?
True.
I seen this thing today where the basketball jerseys that Pac always wore were made of Teflon. Oh, yeah? They said if you ever seen him wearing a basketball jersey, it wasn't like a jersey, just a plain jersey. It was made of Teflon.
And it didn't work.
Nope, sure didn't.
So
Fact checkers.
Fact checkers. Yeah, somebody go fact check that.
I got the video over in my bag.
Hold on, I'm gonna ask Google real quick. Hold up. Was Tupac's tank tops made of Teflon? Let's see what Google says. No, but you can buy a Tupac Shakur tank top, though.
For real?
Yeah. Okay. Anyway. That's enough of that.
Google.
Google.
Anyway.
Fucking Google.
Oh, Artist of the Week. Yes, we need to do Artist of the Week before we get out of here. And I think Artist of the Week, Chris tried to give it away earlier. Chris was trying to give it away. Artist of the Week is Chris. Chris, you've been following him for a little while, so let you take the lead on this.
We talking about Levi Bloom?
Yes. That's
Levi Bloom. I found this cat when he was young, starting out on TikTok, sitting in an SUV. His friend put on a beat. He dropped it. Next thing you know, he hit. Little did I know, he was out way before this, like underground stuff.
Right.
And I come across it the other day, and I was like, Wow. Couldn't find out. It was like 18 years old.
Right.
He released his first record. And now he's just being discovered on TikTok.
Well, he just came across my For You page, and his song really touched me. You know, like music that I like is people going through real issues, real shit, and people that look in the mirror and more self-reflective, you know, type of music. And like, I don't know, his song just, you know, I sent it to the group chat. Like as soon as I heard it, I was like, y'all got to check this out, you know, and I don't do that often. That's not something I do a lot. So, you know, and then I went down the rabbit hole to find out who he was. And I found out he's from Kentucky.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's from Kentucky.
What part of Kentucky?
Stanton, Kentucky. I'm guessing it's over by Lexington somewhere, cause I went to his page and I saw he was friends with him and Deacon the Villain follow each other.
Oh wow, that's an old name I hadn't heard in a while.
I noticed that. Yeah. So, and I noticed Mino Slick follows him. So a lot of the cats from Lexington, you know, all follow him. So. I guess he's kind of in that scene a little bit. I'm not for sure, but yeah. So, shout out to Levi Bloom. Like I said, man, that I can't even think of the song.
Don't Wonder. Don't Wonder.
Don't Wonder.
I think that's what it was.
Don't Let Go was the single that.
Don't Let Go.
Yeah.
October 4th. Don't Let Go. Mm-hmm. That's the song. Don't Let Go by Levi Bloom. Song of the week, man. That song is amazing.
It is.
Freaking love it.
Yeah, because you sent it to me. I was like, oh, that's that dude.
Yeah.
That's that dude I've been seeing on TikTok. I didn't even know it dropped one right then until he sent it. I heard it. I was like, damn. Dope.
You heard it?
Yeah. I listened to it. It was definitely some Pain music.
I don't know. I guess I just like Pain music.
No, I dig it. I dig it a lot. It was really good.
So...
There's nothing I can critique about it. It was a dope song. It was dope. It was a dope track. Like, no good news is good news.
Yeah.
Anyways, shout out to Levi Bloom, man. Y'all go check out his single, Don't Let Go. So, yeah, man.
That's all we got for today.
Is that it?
I think that's it.
That's it, man. Shout out to Dedrick Royce for coming and hanging out with us and kicking it with us. We got to go shoot a music video for those. Oh, he just looked at his phone like, maybe not.
No, if I'm here, we're gonna do it.
We gotta go shoot a music video. Get one take.
We're gonna do it in the backyard right here.
That's all we get.
I got some neon lights for it. My music video.
But yeah, we're getting ready to go shoot some footage for a music video. But appreciate everybody tuning in. Like always, I've been Frank. He's been drunk, and we'll see you next time.
Peace.